Your skin is constantly sending you messages, and if you have rosacea, those messages can feel pretty urgent. The burning, the stinging, the unpredictable redness that seems to have a mind of its own. So today we are unpacking rosacea, and with me is Dr. Maureen Allam from Skin Renewal and Head of Marketing at Catrice, Suzanne Schlechter. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy.
How do you know you have rosacea versus just you have sensitive skin? Because, I mean, you might just have sensitive skin and now everyone thinks they've got rosacea.
I think the best person to answer will be Dr. Maureen.
Yeah, so if you put something on your skin like a retinoid and you overdo it, you might get sensitivity that lasts a few days, maybe a few weeks. But if it's continual redness, burning, a stinging sensation, then which carries on for months, then you know you may have rosacea.
I know, like Suzanne, if you have red skin, obviously there's products that you can use to help that, and we'll unpack that in a minute. But what is fundamentally the issue if you have rosacea?
So you've actually got these inflammatory particles in your skin which is coming from your gut. So 80% of disease, 80% of inflammation comes from your gut and from what you eat. So they unfortunately get through the barrier, that thin barrier from the outside, from what you eat, and they go internally and then they sit in the skin, and then something triggers it, whether it's heat, sauna, difference in temperatures, foods that you eat that contain a lot of histamine. And it triggers, these mast cells, they release histamine, then you start burning. So if you find out that you wake up in the morning and you think, why am I so red? Think back of what you ate or drank the day before. It could be too much alcohol. It could be too much spinach that you had in your spinach bar, your spinach bomb. Could be walnuts, that you ate, oranges.
Food that would be healthy for other people.
Yes, so
good for you when you have rosacea.
Absolutely. I mean, these are healthy foods, fermented foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, even kefir milk can cause it because it's all fermented. Just think back on what you ate and what could have triggered this.
I just want to say, Dr. Maureen, that's the best explanation of rosacea I've ever heard.
Really?
From the inside out. And it's the same with your skin, because you will have to see what to avoid. If it's rosacea, you want to avoid fragrances, you want to avoid any products with alcohol in it. In fact, you want to use something that's calming and soothing as much as possible, because the skin is reactive, the barrier is broken, so you want to really just calm it down all day long.
You can wear makeup, but you need to know what's in it.
What's in it?
No fragrances.
No fragrances.
No fragrance.
Yeah. No alcohol. No intense colorants that's going to trigger your skin, because you don't want to lose heat.
Bland stuff.
Yeah. And also, one thing to keep in your bag is a lovely hydrating spray. Like in Catrice, we have a lovely hydrating spray that contains panthenol and glycerine. So the panthenol acts like a vitamin B, it repairs the barrier, keeps the skin nice and soothes it, calms it, so that if you feel your skin flaring up over the period of the day with your makeup on, just quickly give it a hydrating spray just to calm and settle it down a bit.
So your barrier is definitely impaired when, with rosacea. So you need to rebuild those, the barrier with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, all those lovely, the things that actually help the barrier.
So what products should you be putting on your face when you have rosacea?
So that would come last. So we have something that's got all the, botanicals in and medical active ingredients like vitamin K1, hesperidin, toxarutin to strengthen those capillaries, the anti-inflammatory horse chestnut, which is anti-inflammatory, and that's all combined together with a peptide. So that's our go-to cream for rosacea, which is the Couperosis. And then we also have the azelaic acid cream. So ours is 10%. And you put that on, and that's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. Just wait a few minutes and seal that with a ceramide to protect your barrier.
Okay, the barrier.
And we always say this, but SPF. SPF in your makeup products, SPF in your skincare routine.
And don't faff on your skin, specifically when you have rosacea. Don't faff with makeup brushes and all those things. Actually, be gentle and calm on your skin. Use your hands or use a nice little makeup brush and just very, very lightly apply your makeup. Otherwise, you're going to aggravate your skin. You can also aggravate the barrier of your skin. So everything you should do is just to calm and repair your skin as much as possible. And like Dr. Maureen said, hyaluronic acid in any makeup, your foundations, your primers, your setting sprays, just to keep hydrating that lost heat from your skin.
So you can't really cure it. It's more of a lifestyle that manages it.
change.
No, there's no such thing as a cure. I mean, you really have to be completely 100% committed. And you have to get rid of those bad bacteria that are seeping into your skin and causing havoc.
So if you come to Skin Renewal, you will start the process by fixing your gut, education, understanding what triggers it,
Absolutely.
topical creams. Do you have any clinic
So
treatments?
before we do any treatment, we first do 2 weeks of prep with the cuperosis, with the ceramide creams to build that barrier up. And then after 2 weeks, when your skin is not so reactive and so sensitive, you come and you do a treatment. So we do all the anti-inflammatory peels, like azelaic acid peel with glutathione. We don't go full out on all the high-strength peels. We start off with our azelaic peel, and then we can slowly progress to a beta-salicylic peel, which is like aspirin. So that's also anti-inflammatory, but we have to start slowly. And then we do our laser genesis. That's amazing for rosacea, because it takes out the redness in the skin and strengthens the skin and shrinks all those tiny, tiny capillaries that are bringing the inflammation into the skin. And then you can also do an IPL, we call it limelight, which shrinks the redness, the background redness, and also does brown, but rosacea is more red. And then we can do transdermal mesotherapy with the cuperosis, again, pushing it in. And then we also have the amazing, the PDRN, like the salmon sperm facial, which is great for skin healing. And then you can put we put the patients under the light, the healing light, the LED lights, the red lights, to calm the skin down.
So there's a lot of options. There's a lot of treatments. Heal your gut. Living an anti-inflammatory lifestyle is generally good for you anyway. Can you still wear makeup and look pretty? Suzanne foundation. There's a lot of green color corrector
like
products.
I just said, so green from the inside. So while you're busy treating it, and obviously being mindful of what you're going to be putting on your skin, instantly we can reduce the redness with the anti-redness primer. That will then still protect your skin, reduce the redness completely, and then we can cover it with a
And the anti-redness primer also has some very good ingredients in.
Also very good ingredients, allantoin to calm and soothe, also good for the barrier. And in fact, what's great about this hybrid products is long-term, these ingredients actually start treating your skin too. So we're wearing it, minimizing it, and we keep treating your skin. So every little bit helps the whole time while you're trying to heal through that process.
So now rosacea is hereditary.
There is a gene. It's the HLA gene.
HLA gene. Do you have it from when you're a child, or is it only something that comes out later?
Look, it depends on your nutrition and your diet when you're a child. Like you see kids with eczema, you need to know that there's something going on,
Again, the gut.
It's the gut, yeah.
And so if you have it, you have it. And then you just need to manage it.
Don't wait until it's too late, because it can progress. These men who get the huge noses, the rhinopharma, that's rhinopharma out of control. And that's also, because it increases tissue. So you get so the nose starts growing, and that's very often linked to alcohol as well, because once again, alcohol triggers rosacea.
Really? Oh my goodness. I think after this show, we're staying away from alcohol completely and sugar. And I mean, that rhinopharma,
that's
a whole podcast on its own.
Yeah, with the big nose, with the excess tissue. Yeah.
I love watching the TV shows where they show how they try to reduce that off with the laser.
You've got to do the carbon dioxide laser, and you have to almost cut.
So, I mean, for rosacea, there's a lot of help. There's in-clinic treatments. There are good products. There are makeup products. There are color correctors.
Good supplements.
Good supplements. And I always say, Dr. Marine, I say this to you as well, when I drink my supplements, my skin just gets better. I mean, obviously do all my treatments and my products, but when I drink my supplements and when my gut is healthy, it makes such a difference.
Now, the other great supplements, botanicals you can take, like the oregano oil, the essential oil. You can't, it has to be the proper oregano oil, and that's also antibacterial. And then there's a whole host of other, botanicals that, treats these bad bacteria, because you don't want to kill off the good bacteria as well. That's what happens when you take antibiotics. That's why you have to take the Interflora, which is the Saccharomyces boulardii. That's another great probiotic you could take. The yeast that eats yeast. You see, so you have to keep those good bacteria
Right,
going.
yeah, and
Because
your
they're
levels
your,
down.
they're your army, fighting your war for you.
Absolutely. And then, Suzanne, I know this is not a rosacea, but I want to mention I use the Catrice color corrector for my chest because I get very red on my chest. And then I do my products over it. And it's incredible what a difference that makes to the red,
Yeah.
to the redness. So there's so much out there to help you if you have
Yeah.
rosacea, but knowledge is power. And start with inside out beauty, as we always say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember that red alarm's going off.
Yes.
Your fire alarm's going off.
Fire
I love
alarm.
it, your fire
That's why it's
alarm.
red. Thank you, ladies. That was very interesting. And there you have it. When it comes to rosacea, start from inside. Start with your gut. See what the problem is. There's a lot of treatments that can help you. There's a lot of products that can help you. There are a lot of makeup products that can help you. And remember, it's not just for rosacea. Your gut really affects all other skin conditions. So that's where you should generally start with healthy skin as a rule.